2021 Ford Explorer King Ranch 4x4, $39,950. 2023 Expedition Max Limited 4x4, $49,990. 2024 Ford Bronco 4-door Sasquatch, $54,951. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, local you trust.
Well, good evening. Thanks for checking in with your evening weather update. We sure hope you had a great day today. Really just gorgeous weather. Sunshine, a little bit of that haze in the atmosphere once again, a little bit of a breeze. Saw some of that elevated fire danger once again, but we're starting to see some changes. And that first change comes through overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow as a weak little wave swings its way on through. So let's go ahead and get to work with the headlines. Increasing clouds, mild temperatures as we get started on our Thursday. A weak wave moves its way through, bringing us a few scattered light rain showers. And then really all eyes on the weekend forecast. We're tracking a big storm system. Hopefully you've seen all the information by now, but for some reason, if you haven't, I have all the latest detailed information coming up here in just a few minutes. Of course, you can always scan that QR code right there at the bottom of your screen, or log on to easttnweather.com. There you can download the app for Android and iPhone. And let me just tell you something. The East Tennessee Weather app gives you everything you want to know for weather, not just here locally, but across the country as well. It travels wherever you go, but you'll get watches and warnings when the National Weather Service issues those. You'll get push notifications when lightning is within 15 miles of your location, which is great for spring and summertime sports and outdoor activities. You'll get push alerts when storms are approaching, and of course, if I ever go live for severe weather coverage, which we may have to on Saturday, you'll get a push alert, and I will be up front and center right there on the East Tennessee Weather app or online as well. All right, forecast low temperatures as we get started on our Thursday. We're going to be in the 40s and 50s. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day on Thursday. I'm not anticipating a whole lot of rainfall whatsoever, but we do have a chance for a couple of spotty light showers. It's not going to add up to much, so don't cancel any plans. It's still going to be a warmer than average day with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. Now, when you talk about dew points, we've had elevated fire danger because our dew points have been low. And so as temperatures come up, that gives us low relative humidity. It's an inverse relationship. But those dew points will start to climb. And one thing I think you'll notice is you'll really start to feel that change on Friday because the dew points are up, temperatures are going to be up, and so it's going to have that late spring, early summer feel to the air. Dew points climb to the upper 50s to maybe even some low 60s on Saturday. We'll have to watch that closely. Why? Because the higher the dew point, when we have a powerful system swinging its way on through, leads to the potential of unstable air and severe storms. So yes, it's going to be warm all the way through Saturday. Strong to severe thunderstorms, heavy rain is going to be creeping its way into the area, not just here locally, but of course across the country. And then we'll see those temperatures stay in the 60s all next week. So more average weather on the way. Here's our storm system. Pick up our timeline on Thursday morning, 7 o'clock. It's going to race its way out of the desert southwest and southern Cal, moves its way into the Great Plains, becomes negatively tilted, which means an intensifying storm. We've been talking about this since last Friday, but this storm system has continued to stay fairly consistent, really consistent with the pressure levels, the low pressure, how significant or how low the storm will go. And so the lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. Let's put this into perspective for you. 976 to a 980 millibar low pressure equates to a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane. That puts that into perspective. Now, we don't even have any tropical moisture associated with this, but we will have a lot of wind, and it is going to produce a lot of energy. Therefore, as it moves its way from the west coast into the Intermountain West, it's going to drop heavy snow, strong winds as that low really strengthens across the Great Plains into the upper Midwest, and so that's going to bring blizzard conditions there. And then it's going to pull in moisture from the Gulf. Strong storm system leads to heavy rain and severe weather across the southeastern U.S., especially this time of the year. So we are still talking about the potential for 2+ inches of rainfall. Again, kind of seeing where this axis of rain sets up shop, but again, models have been very consistent, not only on the strength, fairly consistent on the timing, fairly consistent on the amount of moisture that we'll actually see with this storm. So the Storm Prediction Center has already issued a level 1, 2, and 3 risk, where we have a level 3. That's where we're expecting the greatest risk for severe storms. And all modes of severe weather are on the table. Hail, lightning, strong damaging winds, tornadoes, all of it. Flash flooding and flooding concerns as well. So that's Friday into Saturday. Then we go Saturday into Sunday. And again, we'll get more updated information from the Storm Prediction Center as we get started on Thursday, as they really start to issue those more specific graphics 3 days out from the specific storm we're talking about. So let me time it out for you. We're just taking a look at one model guidance, but again, there is one little caveat that the National Weather Service is talking about. Does the warm front come all the way through? And if it does, that pulls in a lot of warm, moist, unstable air in the warm sector of the storm system. So we've got mild air to the north, warm air and humid air to the south, and colder air back to our west behind the cold front. So we may see a couple of scattered showers as we get started on Saturday morning and through lunchtime. And then as we get into the afternoon, we'll have to watch out for maybe some discrete cells out ahead of the main line. And if those do develop in that warm, unstable atmosphere, we've got a lot of shear, a lot of wind spinning in the atmosphere. That could lead to isolated strong to severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon into the evening hours. And then after sundown, the cold front comes on through, and that's going to bring a line of heavy rain and possible severe storms. Now, the other caveat is another low pressure system looks to be forming on the southern tail of the tail end of that cold front. And if this were to happen, it's going to give us another huge influx of moisture, which leads to training and heavy rainfall around the area. So definitely definitely stay on top of the latest forecast. Again, the East Tennessee Weather Platform is going to be your best bet. Let's talk about wind. Winds are going to be light early Friday morning. Wind increases throughout the day on Friday. Friday's going to be breezy and gusty. It's going to be really windy Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday rather gusty, but watch this influx of really high winds as we get into our Saturday evening. Cold front's going to be in Nashville. Wind really starts to crank out ahead of it. And then the cold front comes through, bringing us the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms. So we have a lot on the table. I'm going to continue to refine and fine-tune the forecast as we get closer and closer to the event. But plan accordingly for Saturday. Just have a way to receive weather information if you're going to be out and about. Listen, it's the weekend. I get it, right? We're not paying attention to the weather. You're running errands. You're taking kids to soccer games and baseball games. We've got a big event. We've got the Shamrock Fest going on in downtown Knoxville. Huge event going on. And of course, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, so a lot of folks are going to be out celebrating. And that would be Saturday afternoon, Saturday night into early Sunday morning. You definitely need to pay attention. All right. So because of the wind, the National Weather Service has already issued actually a high wind watch for the Smoky Mountains. So we're talking about a mountain wave event taking place. High winds, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 mile per hour winds possible across the highest peaks of the Smokies. This runs from late Friday into late Saturday, because even on the backside of this system, we are going to have some strong gusty winds. So let's highlight that weekend forecast once again. Always like to do that for you. 74, warm, windy, strong to severe thunderstorms on Saturday. As we get into our Sunday, falling temperatures, more seasonable weather is on the way. And again, we'll definitely keep you posted on how this all plays out. So we sure hope you have a great night tonight. Listen, check back in. Wake Up with Witcher starts off at 6 o'clock in the morning now. To help you and your family prepare for the day, turn it on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, the app, the website, tablets. It doesn't matter. I am digital. I am everywhere. And you can also watch on social media. Have a great night.